And I'm up.
And this is How Was School Podcast.
Episode something.
Episode 3.
Yeah.
She ain't keeping up. Hey. And we so new. You already lost count.
A little bit.
Ugh. Doing better.
I'm sorry.
I'm replacing my co-host.
No.
And it's just a whole different, just fade in a whole new daughter. It's all of a sudden, what happened to her face? The first one wasn't acting right.
First one was malfunctioning.
A replacement. Hey, okay. So, tell us. So, I'm sorry. She likes for me to ask her the official question. So, Mo, how was school?
It was great.
It was great.
It was great. What happened? Oh, we got a new student.
New student.
Yes, from a different high school.
But he local? Oh, so he's like, he was in the city, he just came from different school. Okay.
And he's only been here for 3-4 days, I think. 3 or 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my friends already is dating him.
Jesus.
But it's like,
She was like, me first, before any of the other girls even get to know him. She don't even know him yet. What if she like hates him like after
no, she
a
doesn't.
week?
She saw his face, they've been talking in a little group chat that we have. And, I mean, they haven't really talked in person, I think. I don't know. Because she was too scared to, like, come down at lunch.
So they haven't actually talked at school, but they're dating? Wait.
That, I don't know for sure. Because I don't know what his classes are. I don't know where her classes are, so they could have met at some point.
Jesus.
But, yeah.
On one hand, it's like vulture. On the second hand, it's like, do your thing, sis.
She's like, no, she's not a vulture. No.
No?
No.
Was this her first boyfriend?
Don't know that.
You don't know?
No.
Ask more questions.
I mean,
Be
she's
nosy.
She doesn't come to our little group circle at lunch, so I don't talk to her as much.
She's just in the group chat.
Yeah, like we're friends with her, so you know. How you doing? No.
Oh, okay. All right. Anything else?
My dog cut my lip.
What?
B-Mo cut my lip.
How?
I was messing with him, and then he like swung at me. He was like, "But stop!" And then
Well, you do. She tortures the dog.
I don't torture him. I was playing. You know how playful he gets. He gets really playful, and then he'll like, rawr. He'll like growl his teeth, snarl, snare. No, not snare. That's like a trap. Snarl. Something is teeth.
Words.
Yes. That's snarl something like grr, and then he like.
Does he literally say grr?
Grr.
I reject that.
No, gotta approve, accept it.
No, reject it. Reject it.
And then he like smung at me, and it's like, and then it's like, ah, that's burning, and then I was like, ah, it's good.
Gotta put him down.
What? No. Maybe don't.
You heard my babes. Gotta put him down. No more dog for us. The money I would save on dog food alone.
He's only 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Jesus.
Ooh.
What? I'm just still like taken aback a little bit by like this little boy being at the school for like 12 hours and already
Okay, so what happened was, she thought like, oh, like bestie sent a picture of him, and so she was like, oh, he's cute, and then I put everybody in the group chat. We made a new one on WhatsApp because he wasn't getting the messages in the actual like group chat on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're like, oh, let's move to WhatsApp. And so we got WhatsApp, everybody's there chatting it up, and then they're like, let's meet up and talk. And so they met up, and so they're like, guys, I have an announcement, we're dating. And like, okay.
Oh, so they did officially meet,
Yeah.
but they
Yeah, but it's only been a few days. But they talked it out and stuff.
What was that shoulder thing you did? Oh, okay.
Don't judge me, Mom.
I'm not judging you, just trying to get clarity.
I can see you.
Oh, shit.
You're like,
oh, shit. oh, shit. Okay. So, moving on. Mind your business much? Right after I told you to be nosy. Okay. So, moving on. Today's topic is
bullying.
Bullying.
I had to check real quick.
You had to check. You forgot?
Just a teach. A teach.
Jesus.
Don't do that.
No, love you, mean it. So this was, well, I felt led to list this as one because TV and mostly TV and movies and all that stuff make it seem like school is like absolutely horrific and everybody's being picked on all the time and it's so stressful. And I did not have that experience, but I'm wondering if you have that experience or if you know someone who is having these experiences, because what was it, like 13 Reasons Why, and I mean, hell, just about every like kid movie, kid movies are fucking dark, and it's like somebody's dying or somebody's being picked on to no end.
There's a happy ending, it's okay.
Like, but
let's go back a bit.
Like, is it this bad, or obviously?
Why was Billy's head put in a toilet?
Right. Obviously, they take it to the extreme for effect.
Mm-hmm.
But it also makes you think that this story is ripped from somebody's headline, from somebody's life. So is there some people out there who actually experience this? And now it's past, like, you know, you get into an altercation with the kid at this school, if you're able to switch schools, or, you know, even if the person is causing a problem switches schools, then, you know, you move on, you're good. But now there's a social media element to the bullying. And so it's just, I don't know, it's crazy. So, like, what's happening at this fucking school? Do I need to kill a kid?
I mean, last year when I was in 8th grade, at the school I'm at now, the high school I'm at now, there was a really big thing. No one officially knows. I mean, the teachers, they love to assume that it wasn't too serious and that was just randomly. It was a random fight. They're like, it wasn't about racial profiling, it wasn't about bullying, it was definitely about both of those things. They don't just fight for nothing. I mean, sometimes they do. But that one was definitely racial profiling.
Really?
Because it started with the couple black kids that are at the school and a bunch of Armenian boys. And so one story I heard, like, they were some like special needs kid, they were bullying him, and then these two other guys, like, not two, but some other guys were like protecting him, and they got in a fight, and then that's how it started. Then there was another one, like, oh, they said this about a black person, and they started fighting. Like, I don't know. No one officially knows the story.
Right.
And so the whole football season got cut, and all the football team, everybody was cut. But that's the most serious thing I've heard. But
I mean, your own experiences since moving here, like, what have you noticed anything, or is it something that's like, oh, I'm not sure? I mean, because first, let's separate the two. Because we're definitely going to address racism, but it's its own separate topic. We're going to stay specifically as much as we can, because sometimes they do go hand in hand. A lot of the time. Too often.
Most of the time.
Too often they go hand in hand. But just in your own experiences, have you been bullied or even reflected back on a moment where you may have been the aggressor and you bullied somebody else?
It wasn't technically bullying. It was just like, oh, she has that. In 2nd or 3rd grade, I can't remember. There's this one kid there. I had you could be like a lunch helper and like pass out forks or whatever to whoever needed it. And I had on a hairnet, and I still had like my afro, so it was like super big with the hairnet over it. And they were like, "Whoa, your hair's so big, that your actual hair? I'm like, yeah. And then this other kid, he was like, what's your last name? I'm like, children. He's like, chicken, Kittle chicken. Like, just said that for like a while and it went off. But it was a little bit bullying, but not technically. It was just like, haha, jokes.
Right.
That's it. But yeah.
Okay, but nothing.
Nothing serious.
Nothing serious. Okay. Well, that's good because, I mean, like I said, we, of course, every school has the whole, they got the mean kids that, or and for some reason, the mean ones seem to be the most popular ones, but it just makes you, I mean, now being a parent in that, it's like, what is my kid experiencing at this school? Because I'm gonna have to flip out on somebody if it's anything like what TV's telling me it is, what the movies are telling me it is. Because
I've never seen anything that serious.
Nothing that serious, no friends or anything.
Besides what the story, the little semi-fight I had from that like last episode.
Right.
That was sort of bullying. I was pissed at my friend because he was bullying her.
Yeah.
But nothing.
Little boy.
Nothing serious.
Picked on. So in the last episode, go back and watch it. But yeah, she shared a story about a friend that was being picked on, and yeah, it was, again, like I said, it's hard to separate the two, especially from our point of view, with us being people of color.
Minority race.
Right, we being people of color, it's hard to separate where's the line drawn? Is there even a line? Should there be a line? So, yeah, okay.
Okay, and when you said, like, have I ever been the aggressor? I wouldn't say I've been, like, a bully, but I've been tough on friends. Like,
okay. Come on, give me an example.
Can't say his name. Z.
Okay.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. I've been tough on him for a while because he's very dependent on me because I'm taller than him. I'm tougher than him. He's very tiny and just very, very girlish. And just, not, I don't mean girlish, but like, you know what I mean.
Right.
Like, he's not tough. So he always comes to me whenever someone's like picking on him. But then when he says the rest, and like I go to the person, they say like, oh, he said this. I'm like, so.
He's starting stuff and then he's like running behind you to fix the problem.
Oh, I'm her friend. I've been her friend for many years. She's gonna go side with me. No, that's not right.
If you're wrong, guy.
Yeah, I keep telling him, like, you can't pick your fights and not finish them.
Right.
And you can't pick your fights knowing that you can't finish them.
Yeah.
Cause we PE in like 8th and 7th grade. He would like playing tennis or pickleball, whatever it's called. And he would like trash talk them, but he'll be on the sidelines. Like it would be 3 people in the team. He'll be like on the side. He'll be like, it's like, like you're out to the other person. Like, Zora, be quiet. And then they get mad. I'm like, see, look what you did. You can't even do anything. And I'm like, they'll like say something about it, and he'll be like, well, I'm this, and like he'll try and come up with a nice like trash talk comeback. It will fail. And I'm like, Zora, you cannot trash talk. Just be quiet and just stand there and wait till you get switched in. And it just made me so mad. And I kept telling him, you know that you're weak. He's like, I know I'm weak. I know. Like he says, like he knows he is. And like, if you know, then change it. Like do something about it.
Yeah, and stop leaning on me to fight for you. Because if somebody's messing with you, I'll defend you. But if you're starting the fight and you're putting me in your fights, or you're just flat out wrong, then no, you need to know you're wrong, dude.
And there was like in my middle school, there was like a little corner of all the cool or medium kids, and they always wore black and Adidas. That was their thing. And they would just stand in a corner and they would talk about people or whatever they do. And
it's a very prejudiced comment you just made, but keep going.
Sorry.
Finish your story.
Okay. But and mess with one of them though. That's like one of the top 5 popular guys that are there. And the top 5, they all do boxing. Zora decides to mess with one of them. He said, Zora randomly is like, oh, this person, he's gonna beat me up, and I didn't even do anything. And then he came over. I was like, then he like ran over to me. It was like, oh, this person is trying to fight me because I said this. No, I'm thinking about what the other dude said. He said, because I said something about this when I didn't. I'm like, okay. He came over and he was like, why are you trying to fight? He's like, oh, he's hiding behind his girlfriend. I'm like, no, never that. He's like, what? I'm like, what happened? He's like, he said this about my mom, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, so did you say that? He's like, no, I didn't. The way he said it was, I'm like, don't lie. He's like, I didn't, I swear.
So I'm gonna have to fight him then. I knew in the midst of this that he was gonna identify somebody I was gonna have to fight. Now I gotta come up to the school, dress like a student. He causing problems. Love is lost now.
He like hangs out with people. Like now he hangs out with people that he didn't told. Is that okay? Okay. You're not good at this. And they're just really strange. They like want to be bad, like that bad group. They want to be troublemakers. It always backfires on them. Like they never, and then they pick on him because he's like smallish.
Right. Yeah, I remember you saying like he's a kind of an easy target because he's a pretty feminine little boy.
Yeah.
But he's very comfortable in his skin.
Yeah, he really is.
But him being that confident and comfortable in his own skin makes other people uncomfortable with who he is. So they pick on him, which sucks. But also, it's like, stop causing, like, you're causing unrelated issues with people too. So
like it was just PE, but he would like continue to do it. Like and everybody would go against. We'd end up losing. I'd be like, that's not even fair. You guys suck. Blah blah blah. It's like, what are you gonna do? Because you can't do anything. It doesn't matter. Like, oh, they cheated. Blah blah blah. I have to tell the teacher. Okay. Because he made such a big deal out of it, but he can't do anything about it. He just made all these.
What do you mean by can't do anything about it?
Like. He just kept trash talking them. They would like get mad. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell the teacher." Like, then why'd you start it in the first place? Like, you can't do anything except for tell the teacher. If you, basically, what I'm saying is, be quiet.
But I mean, what's wrong with? Okay, removing the whole element of him starting things. If a kid is being picked on, what role do the teachers play in that? Do you see a good response from them, or
the teachers? They just want them to stop, but the kids are still like mad, so they end up teasing the kid like later when the teacher isn't looking or something like that. Because you're like, oh, I'm in the clear. Guess what? Haha, blah 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 about that kid, and it's like, look what you did. You started that, and they're not gonna stop because you started it, and they want to finish it.
Right.
And so the teachers, they don't really stop it. For one day, they're like, okay, you're out. You can't play the game.
But that's the extent of the repercussions, or them getting disciplined, I guess, for the issue. It's just
sit out for a day. Tomorrow we're gonna do the same thing. And it's like, I didn't really saw it.
Okay.
So teachers, they just do what they need to do. What they were told to do. Kid is messing up, put them to the side. Talk to them. Don't let them know they're in trouble.
Yeah. Well, and even just reading about, because you see the commercials, especially all over like channels that kids watch the most, like Cartoon Network and whatever else. You see the whole stopbullying.gov commercials, and this whole like movement started to. You have to sneeze. Don't sneeze right now.
I'm sorry.
You see this whole movement, and just doing a little bit more research on that, I learned that teachers aren't even really taught how to handle it. And so they resort to what they learned as a kid as the disciplinary action. So if they're dealing with a kid that's bullying another kid, then they just kind of, they'll tell a kid to just ignore him. He just wants to get you all riled up. He just wants to get, so just ignore her, just ignore him, and they'll eventually leave you alone. And it's like, that's terrible advice.
Kids don't know how to stop.
Right.
Don't know when to stop.
Not just that. And teachers have to do so much already, but they've taken it more seriously to hand them a gun or give them gun access in schools than they have to teaching them how to better help resolve these instances of kids being bullied.
The school system altogether is teaching the wrong stuff.
Speak. Jesus. So true. It was a lot, especially, and just kind of getting off topic, but what you brought up the other day, like, teach me how to budget or do my taxes or something along those lines you said. And it's also teach me how to apply for college, what going out of state is compared to staying in state, and like teach me what to look for in that, because if you're coming from a family where you're the first person to go to college, your family can't help you, and you don't even know, you and your family have no idea what questions to ask because you haven't been in the situation before. So you can't say it's a counselor available to you when you don't even know where the fuck to start with this conversation. I want to go to college. Like, where else do you go?
What do you want to be? Like,
right. It's like, when you can't even say what school you want to go to, if you don't know how to research, like, what would be best for what you want to do.
Yeah, first you have to know what you want to do.
Right. It's so much to it, and it's like they attempt to do it. They try, but it was terrible. It was terrible situation. And it's hindsight's always 2020. It's some things I would have definitely done different if I had the proper guidance, and but unfortunately I didn't. So it was like a lot of, okay, that was wrong, now I'm gonna do this. Like, it was a lot of, that wasn't the best decision, and you learn from it. Now I know how to help you, but it was a mess. So like you said, the school system is,
it's like, I don't need to know why it was MX plus B to do my taxes. Pretty sure I don't need to know how to graph a few lines to pay a bill.
So true. I don't know. I feel like
being
those
rocket sciences, then maybe, possibly, but pay bills. Don't think so.
I feel like those more specific classes, everything stays so general when the shift to more specific things should start a lot. Oh yeah, gross. should start a lot earlier than it does. You shouldn't wait till college for me to finally be headed and learning the things that I want to do for the rest of my life. Like,
I know
if I'm interested in science, then figure out a way to help me focus on that through middle school, through high school, all these general classes. And why do I need to dissect a frog?
It's like, I mean,
to traumatize me.
That would help me.
That would help you.
Yeah, because
I
want to be a veterinarian. I did the littlest amount of research.
You really
I was
did.
like, top 10 best veterinary medicine schools in the world. And it was like, this one called Cornell University in Y. What's in Y? New York? Yeah.
Of course, you look at a school in New York.
It was like, that was like the top one, Cornell University. I'm like, I'm gonna try there.
Gotta look at those. And we gotta pull those requirements. Okay, we got off subject. So,
Bullying.
Okay. So,
Can I hear my
it's very...
Can I do that or no?
Go ahead, because I'm not going to edit this part out. So go ahead. Pick up your Chick-fil-A cup. Oh, my drink. Can I do that?
Your tea gonna get cold.
Something else that I found, though, in my online search is that students say that teachers miss a lot of the signs of bullying and stuff. And
13 Reasons Why, remember? The counselor? He missed the last hope, the last sign she gave him.
Right.
And he was like, what does that mean? And
yeah,
like,
and that was a call for help that he completely missed. But just the aggressors, like, they can't hide it 100%. They're doing other things that should, like, make your antennas, stand up or whatever, make your little radar go off. That they're ignored. And part of me, I don't know. I don't even want to say, granted, sometimes the signs are completely missed. You don't see it. It's so far out of your purview. Right. And that's where the training begins. Like, what are we looking for in these students, in the ones that are being bullied and in the bullies? What characteristics are we looking for so that we're not treating these kids any differently? We need to first identify if these problems are happening. And then once you identify that, then it's moving forward. But I also strongly believe that people avoid those difficult situations, and teachers, because they're already dealing with so much, it's like, I'm not gonna deal with that right now. Like, oh, he just shoved them, like it's not a big deal, when it 100% should be, because you don't know what else is happening that you haven't seen. Yeah. So it should be addressed.
They don't see everything.
Right. It should be addressed, and it should be like 100% every time. Like, people love to say kids need structure, but then they let this fall apart because they don't want. They're just kids. They're learning now how to treat people later, and if they're seeing that everyone around them is going to tell them that this is okay, then why would they stop? Why would I stop? It's like walking into a store, grabbing a bunch of shit, not paying for it, walking out. If nobody's going to stop you, then you're going to do it again. I would. So.
I got free honey buns last week. I'm gonna try again.
Why honey buns?
Honey buns are good.
Oh my god. Honey buns.
I grew up on those.
You grew up on them?
Yes.
I'm the one raising you. I can for a fact say you did not grow up on honey buns. Unless you were buying them when I was not around.
Nanny.
Nanny.
She got them for me.
Enabler.
And Cosmo Brownie. Cosmic? With the little candies in them. They were like, that chocolate was not chocolate.
No.
It looked like fudge. It was probably fudge because it didn't feel like brownie. It was more like fudge. But
it was fudge adjacent.
Little candies.
It wasn't actual.
It was like red. One of you know. Red, little orange, green, blue candies in them. And it's like little half piece you can share with somebody, even though nobody really shared it because they were so good. They're like little rectangles and just.
They were probably, if not for sharing, at least, eat this half now, a little bit for later. Oh. You don't understand that either.
Don't know what that is. Don't know her. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know sharing good things.
But, so another thing, like I brought up earlier, the social media aspect of this bullying thing, and you hear people joke about how somebody, cyberbully you, just turn your computer off. It's not that simple.
Once you see it, it stays with you.
Right. It's not only
doesn't matter if you turn it off or not.
I mean, think about it. Even as an adult, which adults get cyberbullied too, so I won't even just say it's a kid thing, but you know how caught up you get in other people's lives. They're having more fun than me. They're doing more of this than me, or I want to look like this. And though you seeing these things is making you feel like shit because you're constantly comparing yourself to what's going on online, you don't stop looking. So somebody directly targeting you, and this is all about you, you're not going to be able to just look away from that. And even if you do for a few minutes, it's still all you're going to be able to think about. So I don't know, it's just this whole other level of being able to just really destroy someone. Like the chick was saw in the news recently. She texted her ex-boyfriend over 100 times saying he should just die, he should kill himself, and he killed himself, and now she is in jail.
Yeah, basically murder.
Right. So it's such a strong. It's so strong. There's not just putting your phone down, turning your computer off.
People always you can't. There's no like you can't take things as attitude or tone on the internet because it's digital. Like it's digital. There's no, you can't see how their face is when they're typing it.
Right.
You don't know what their brain is thinking. So you take it the wrong way, then it goes too far. People do things happen.
Absolutely. We talked about that at work once, how not being able to, you don't know someone's tone through an email, so you're going to read it however you're feeling. So you get worked up from this email, and then you talk to that person, and they're like, just super calm, like, oh, I just thought maybe such and such. And
the email was like, I thought we was
right, and you were sitting at your desk reading it in your own tone, rolling your neck.
Like, well, I thought we was gonna do this.
You told 5 other people about it. Look what she said, and I'm first off what she needs to know. It's like you get so upset,
and the email's like, well, I heard somebody say this, and I was just thinking maybe we shouldn't do that,
Right.
And then so shy.
It's so right. So I mean that tone can be
That's why
which I didn't even really think about that part of the whole cyberbullying thing, but I'm sure that plays into it too, not knowing, even in somebody attempting to diffuse a situation, their tone could be read wrong. And
they'll be like, maybe we should just calm down. So somebody's like, maybe we should just calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down.
It's like, I need to go somewhere. Can you be quiet? I was trying to calm everything down. You're making it so dramatic.
Is that how they sound when they sing?
You're making it so dramatic.
Hate it so much. So, the see something, say something. Even if you're not the type of person to run up and break up a fight, then at least get someone else. Right. Then at least alert somebody to step in, the teacher, whoever, to step in. I mean, shoot.
It's like they're already mad. They're probably going to swing at you for stopping them.
I won't even say nowadays. It's been police officers in school is for a very long time. So, I mean, hell.
Yeah, there's a police officer that, their car sits outside our school and everything.
Right.
And they walk through the school.
Right, looking super official.
My friends joke like they're coming for me. It's like, what you do?
But so it's scary. I'm happy that you're not having an experience like that, because 13 Reasons Why scared the shit out of me, and I was like, Mom, we gotta sit down and watch this together. Then we're gonna have a very deep conversation after. I'm pausing it, and I'm like, okay, did you see what just happened? What do you think about
have
that?
You ever seen that before?
Right, that was.
Has it happened to
I
you?
wanted
Maybe
to.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
Look, I wanted to take every teachable second of that and just make sure, because I mean, we talk about literally everything. Literally everything. And so, but in something like that, it's like, oh my God, would she say something to me if this was happening? Would she be scared that I'm a flip? Exactly. But some kids are scared that their parents will do something because they're worried about, that's just going to make things worse.
It's like, I'm going to seem like such a loser because I told my parents, no, I want my parents to solve this.
Right. Because, spoiler alert, little kid in the show, if you haven't watched it, named Tyler, he was going through just all this traumatic stuff.
So.
And he never ever told his parents what was actually happening, and they knew that he wasn't
the
happiest, but he didn't communicate with them, so they had no idea what was really happening.
Put on a fake smile and they'd be like, "Are you okay, son?" And he'd be like,
"Yeah, sure, right, yeah, sure, I'm glad." Yeah. You got to get that. Okay. I'm sitting here like watching my tea get cold, dying a little bit on the inside, and you're like, just kind of grab my cup. Okay, not both of us at the same time.
Oh, no.
That's crazy pants.
Okay, here you go.
This is my big window. You ass. So, but anyway, he just wouldn't communicate with his parents, and it's like, but why not? Because they just cared so much, and they knew that he was kind of like, if I hear one slurpy sound, I'll flip it out. They knew that they had a very timid kid, and so they were like, something has to be going on, but they couldn't pry it out of him. So it was just made me wonder, like, somebody's picking on my baby.
No.
Then it was also like, is my baby picking on somebody else? Like, tell me now. I want to interview all the kids, line them up.
No, I don't do that to people because I've seen so many things, and like I know, like that it can hurt somebody.
Right.
It can really hurt somebody.
Yeah.
But some of the kids don't know that, so they continue to do it.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Everybody's so much tinier than me, so they don't really like to pick on me because they have to look up at me like, "Hi, you look stupid." You sure I am the one that looks stupid?
Move, tiny human.
Move, tiny person.
But what was I? Oh, so I remember this one time. Now you're like legit failing classes. Daddy and I are stressed out. We wanted to low key kill you, and you come home and you're like all upset. And we're thinking, okay, yeah, we're getting through to her. She's stressed out about her grades. So I asked you what was going on. You're like, my friend, someone was picking on her.
Oh.
And I was like, what the fuck?
My friend. Yeah, she was getting bullied. I care a lot about my friends.
You too.
Like, it was something so stupid. It made me so mad, Mom.
Yes.
Because she came out.
Right.
And she, like, as somebody who everybody knew, she asked her out. And they like made a big deal out of it. She got like scared, so she's like, "Okay, I want to fight." And so everybody got mad at her for saying that. So we would do this like PE thing where you walked around the nets for a whole bunch of minutes. So they were like this group of guys. They just like kept following us. It's like LES. What does that spell? Les.
Oh.
And like saying lesbo and stuff like that. It's like, dude. And then he just kept saying like, "Oh, you're gonna burn in hell." Blah blah blah. That's what the Bible says. Technically, it doesn't say that.
It doesn't.
You guys made that up on your own.
Right.
So, And then they just kept following her, and then like really like made me mad, and it just everything else just completely left, and it just made me think about that. I was like, it's 2018, I think it was. Yeah, one of them. Anyways, it's 2018. Like we shouldn't care about that. And then some of my friends were like, if it's 2018, why do you care so much? So just because I'm just not supposed to care. Like I can still care, but
got y'all worked up again. Got her all worked up. But you were so upset about her being mistreated. So that like warmed my heart a bit for the most part. Because it's like just showed what type of person you are. And
then you were like, okay, but about these grades, you care about her, but not your grades. Like,
I need you to care about them equally.
And I was like, I'm sorry. Like,
if you took nines, fail out of school, you can't be. I want to be a veterinarian and put in absolutely no work. Can't just say you want to do that.
8th grade was the best of times.
Just 8th grade.
7th grade.
5th through 8th grade was not the best.
Elementary school, I didn't do good. I mean, I did good, but not in math. Math was really tough.
When did you have Lombardi? Was that 5th or 6th?
6th.
6th. Okay, 6th through 8th grade was not good. Oh my goodness.
Because they changed the desk. It was like these little tiny compartments, so all I had was stuff in my backpack, and then they would end up getting crumpled, and I'd like lose the papers because they weren't so much
excuses.
No, and then no. Okay, so the desks they were like raindrop sort of things, and then there's like this much space for books, and if you had a folder, maybe half a folder, half a folder.
No, I'm listening. Really.
See you guys later. Stay tuned.
Oh, so we got excited today because we had our first 5 views?
9.
Was it 9? It was 9 views. 9 views. Hey. Okay.
Can you guys like share?
Like, share, subscribe. But no, we'll get to that in a sec.
I see you got an essay over here.
I don't have. Mind your business. I don't have an essay. I just had a few points that I wanted to touch on about this whole bullying thing.
I have to look up real close.
So if you're a teacher, we know you do so much, and we so appreciate you, unless you're a substitute, because I've heard so many stories of her, like, it was a sub that day, so this happened. It was a sub in this class, so it's like, why are these things allowed to happen? And just because it's a sub, do they just come in there and just like lie their head on the desk and just go to sleep?
Like, if the students are done doing everything and they like have a little bit of time to go on their phone or like read a book or something, just do something else other than pay attention to the students because students are done. It's like, you have another period next. Can you prepare for that?
Right. At least can
like
you
set stacks
engage
of paper on each row so they can already pass them back and everything. Like,
just do something. Just engage.
It's like the papers aren't on your phone. I know that for sure.
But that makes me think about a scene from 13 Reasons Why, like the main kid, Clay, wanted to get out of class, and it was like a basketball coach sitting in one of their classes. I don't know if he was the actual teacher or if he was just sitting in that day, but he like started a movie and went to sleep. It's like, oh, too bad.
I think it's all
but teachers overall are great. I still remember. I think I pretty much remember like every teacher from preschool through at least 8th grade. I remember every single one, and then after that, I just remember some.
I remember most of mine.
I remember some.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of them I even get a chance to see every once in a while when I go back home.
I want to visit my elementary school teachers.
Elementary school here or
here? I don't care about that. I didn't like.
It's hard out there, fam.
I didn't like them. They hated me. That was my fault, but still they hated me. They could have something.
So I gotta find a teacher. Gotta find kids and teachers.
Remember, Governor French?
No.
Oh.
I remember you going to the school. I don't remember the issue.
Okay, so they had like this punishment thing. Like if you did something bad in class, so they were like the classrooms were like cubicles in an office.
Right.
It was really strange.
It was a actual former office building that they turned into a school.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And if you got in trouble, you would like there was a bench outside. Everything was dark green.
Oh, and then
like,
the principal would come by and yell at you, right?
Oh my god.
So
so stupid.
Her first 2 years of school was a private school.
There's no doors. Like
the teachers did not discipline the kids. They like if the kids did something wrong, they were told to sit on the bench, and so that instruction could keep going. So the principal was the only one who disciplined the kids. So if he walked through the school and he saw a kid sitting on the bench, then he would like yell at them and like
be so quiet for a second. Like, so you're scared. You don't know when he's gonna yell. So you're just sitting there like.
But you know it's coming.
Yeah. So you don't know when. You don't know when though. So he's just
he
like
would scare the shit out of you.
And I'm like, what did you do? And I'm like, I was like this. Why would you do this? Like,
And this, you were what, like 4 or 5 years old at this school? So it's like, I remember though, at the orientation before you started school there, he was tall to you because you were 4.
Yeah,
but
it's scarier.
Yeah, you were just just there, what? Pre-K through first.
Yeah.
Pre-K through first grade. Like, so like Jesus. 4 to like 5 or 6-ish. But at the orientation, he told us about their disciplinary policy and like how they operate.
Did he just say that he will talk to them?
Yeah, he said that he would talk to. He was like, but I will yell, and so he like raised his voice to the group of parents to let us know like this is what will happen, and so that everybody would know like what their kid is experiencing. Yeah, but it was like, haha, kids. It's yelling. It's yelling. When I was in school that young, we got the paddle, so we were taking either in front of the class, or there was like a little walk-through closet off of every classroom for us to hang up coats and backpacks and stuff. And so they would take you back there and they would hit you 3 times with this paddle. And if you were really bad, they sent you to the principal, and he would also hit you with his paddle, and his was bigger than the teacher's. So you knew like, I can handle Miss Johnson's, but I'm not going.
It's like only do a little bit a week.
Right.
It's like only do one
right.
thing.
I'm only gonna do a little bit of bad. I'm not gonna do like a lot of bit of bad.
One thing every 3 days.
But yeah, like you continuously forgot your homework or something, which is probably why I didn't have the problem that you have with losing and forgetting homework. Because it's like, this bitch ain't finna hit me today. I'm not getting hit today. So, so
I feel like sometimes I forget that there's like, that's what the consequence was. I knew there was a consequence, but I forget what it was and how bad it was. So I would be like, oh, okay, I'll just talk. And then I'm like, wait, no. Then I get in trouble. Then I get said, I'm like, no. I would just like, patient. I'll be so scared. I'm just like, where is he?
Maybe he's not gonna walk through today.
It was like a long walkway, and it was just empty. And then you'd see him be like, no. Then he'll see. It's like,
yes.
Oh my god.
See,
everything dark green.
That's
and navy blue.
Why did they take this away? You can whoop her with a paddle.
Don't.
But
parents would be like, that's not how we were taught. So that's called child abuse.
Like, I legit had a kid get in trouble to the point where his mother was called. And so his mother came up to the school, pulled him out of class, into the hallway, and she whooped him with a belt in the hallway. So, like, the teachers were told to close their doors, but that's just the demographic. It was this all black elementary school, all black city, so it was no big deal that a parent was whooping their kid. It was not, it 100% did not even matter. So, I mean, I never got in trouble to that extent, because just the embarrassment alone, Jesus. But yeah, his mom was like, they're not gonna keep calling me to this school about you acting up. So
I was such an annoying child. I remember I kept spitting this one dude's ear. He would be like,
so you were a bully. The truth is coming out.
Okay, no, I think it's because I liked him.
That doesn't make it any less.
They would do the same thing. They would do the same thing. If they liked you, they would bully you. They would technically bully you. Push you. So when it's the guys.
No, not at all. You know me. No, but I'm just saying, like, I understand that's how kids operate, but that doesn't make it okay.
Like little kids, they didn't know. They don't know. Like,
yeah,
I like you. So they're like, I like you. That means I have to hurt you. So I'd be like, come here, and then he'll do this, and I'll say something. He's like, no, you're gonna do it again. So I was like, no, I'm not. And then I turned his head and I spit in his ear. And then he told the teacher, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what he does. So I
turned his head and I spit in his ear. That spit means you're ready for love.
Oh my god. If a ladybug touches you, you're ready for love. If a bee tries to touch your face, you're ready for love. This girl
I went to college with told us that because I think a bee tried to like fly into, not a bee, a ladybug tried to like land it on somebody's lips or something. And so she like freaked out and we're all laughing at her. And one of the girls was like, that means you're ready for love. And that has stuck with me for so long.
So. I told you. I was like, at school, B was trying to like fly in my face. She's like, he was trying to kiss you, ready for love. I was like, no.
That B was walking up like, how you doing?
It's not how you doing, baby.
Oh, did you hear Wendy Williams farted on her show?
Oh my god. Just her existence is hilarious. I love her just because she's hilarious. Not because of her show. She's hilarious. Oh my god.
Yes, she is. Okay.
Remember she like fake passed out on her show? She was like...
It wasn't even fake. She got overheated or something in the costume. No, and she like for real passed out. That was scary, especially to happen on TV.
It was funny.
I mean, at first, if you did not know the context, you're like, ha. Especially with it being Wendy Williams and she's so fucking messy, you're like, ha. But then you realize, like, no, like something was wrong. And she passed out. And so then I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I laughed first. I'm sorry.
Fell, though.
You were not letting it go. You're like, she survived, so it's funny.
Somebody wanted out was like, they did this little like game where they're like pretending like you have to make a little rap about a certain celebrity that they give you and somebody has to guess it. And one of them, I think Justina Valentine. I don't know. I forgot. I think that's her name. And she like did this thing. She's like, it's like something. Oh wait, I think I'm about to pass out.
Oh no!
And then Nick Cannon was like, Wendy Williams. Her Statue of Liberty costume.
Oh right. It's like, why did it have to be when she's in costume at that? Why couldn't it just be a regular day when she's walking around all top heavy and proud? No, she was in full costume. Like, why couldn't I pass out last week when it wasn't Halloween episode? Like, why today? God, that sucks.
She's like, something. Oh wait, I think I'm about to pass out.
Okay, yeah. This is great.
Wendy Williams is great. I have so many memes of
this is great. Let's wrap it up.
Okay.
And we're gonna go watch Wendy Williams memes, I guess.
Yes, we are. Okay. Stay tuned.
Yes. Please like, share, subscribe, comments. Leave us comments.
Please. We love stories.
And email us at howaschoolpodcast@gmail.com.
We will print them out and tell your story if you want.
Yes.
In a video.
Yeah.
We got you.
What she said. I wasn't, but now we are. Yes, thank you.
I'll do it. I got you.
She got you.
I got you.